Looks like we're good here. Good evening, Stampers. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Looks like we're good here. Oops, let's turn that off. We don't need to hear me again. There we go. All right. Got 5 friends watching. Hello. Hey, Courtney. We missed you. I hope you're doing okay. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Renee. I hope you got your box. Christine, thanks for jumping in and joining me, guys. I hope your week is going well. A little warm, but not rainy. I guess that's a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get started since it is 8:30. First thing I'd like to announce is the winner of our faceted dots, and that is Jean Barraclough. So if you're watching, Jean, congratulations. I will get these in the mail to you. Okay, now we'll talk a little bit about our next giveaway. I have here, I'm going in and out with the focus again, some scalloped note cards and envelopes. My daughter's baking, but this is our next giveaway for today. So anyone that comments and shares during our Facebook Live will be entered to win these lovely scalloped note cards and envelopes. There are 40 in there. Wow, that's a good deal. All right, so that's our giveaway for next time. All right, now before we get started, Dory and I usually have a What's New Wednesday, but Dory is going to be away on vacation, so we're not going to have it. So I wanted to include some announcements today that we would usually go over then, but since we're not going to have our What's New Wednesday this week. I just wanted to remind you that it's bonus days. And for the friends of mine that know what bonus days is, this is you earn coupons during the month of July. So if you buy $50 worth of product in July, you get a $5 coupon to spend in August. So you can kind of accumulate those, kind of like Kohl's Cash. And this is going on till the end of July. And then you can go ahead and spend those in August. So it's a great way to get a little extra when you're buying product. And then the other thing is our extra promotion. This is if you are thinking about being a demonstrator. Okay, now being a demonstrator doesn't mean you have to do Facebook Lives or anything like that. Many of my demonstrators on my team are just hobbyists. But during the month of July and August, they're offering for $99, you get $150 worth of product, and then you get coupons that you can spend the following month. So it kind of is a way for you to get a little extra after you get your initial kit. Hi, Jean, you were the winner today. You can have some coupons later on. That's why they call it extra. So this is a promotion that will be going on till the end of August. You've ever thought about being a demonstrator, wanted to join my team, thought about it? I'd love to talk to you about that. All right, so that is those two. And then the last one we have is something new Dory and I are doing called Everything's Coming Up Daisies Card Kit to Go. And what this is, you order through us the Daisy Lane stamp set and the punch. Hey, Jean. And when you order these, we will add to this materials for you to make 5 cards in this little card holder. Okay, so let me show you some of the cards that we'll give you all the materials you need, and then all you need to do is stamp them at home, because you'll have the stamp set. I love this one, friend. And you'll have the punch to make them all, and then you'll get envelopes as well. So all the materials to make the cards and the holder will come to you along with the punch and the stamp set. And then on the 31st of July, Dory and I are going to do a Facebook Live, and we're going to put all the cards together. So you can watch that with us and craft along with us if you like, or we're also sending everybody PDFs of the directions. So either way you want to do it, we have lots of people jumping in that are going to craft with us on the 31st. So if you'd be interested in that, we need to know by tomorrow so that we can get all our materials to everybody by the time we do our Facebook Live. So if you have any questions about it or would like to participate, please contact me. All right. Okay, now what we promised this week is our fabulous twist to close box. Okay, and before we get started on this, I want to talk a little bit about the Bird Ballad Suite. Here is the, I know, me too, Jean. I love that one too. This is the stamp set that you get with the Bird Ballad Suite. It is a cling set, and it has really adorable bird images and some flowers and some branches and really nice sentiments. So this is called Free as a Bird, and that's the stamp set you get. And the dies you get with it are these nesting label dies. Look at the number you get. Fantastic. So we're not going to be using these dies this evening, but let me show you a card that I've made that shows these nesting dies. Now for this one, I just took all the paper because the paper in this pack is just amazing. And I cut out a little piece of each one using the label die and then just put it on the card front. So you can kind of tell, and the little labels have stitching around them, just makes them look really, really pretty. So that one shows off the label dies. And then this one here is another one that I made, and I cut out the label and then I kind of folded it over the top of the card and made like a little tag or a pennant coming down. And this uses that same exact set of dies. And this also uses the pack of laser cut note cards that you can get with the suite as well. So just gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. So yes, this uses that as well. And here I have a couple of others. Now this one doesn't use the set, but I wanted to show you some of my other cards that I made, and I'm getting in and out focus. I'm sorry about that, not sure why. But this one, I just cut out the birds, I fussy cut them and then put them on the front of the card with a little thank you. I love that one. And then for my friends that came to Stamp of the Month class last night, I made them a little notebook using the same set. So I just love this. I'm a big bird lover, so this has been one of my favorite sets to play with. So, all right, it's time to get started on our box. Now, when I saw this box, this is not an idea of mine. This was Sam Hammond. I found this on Pinterest, and she is Poodle's Papercraft. And she did it using the Daisy set, which we were just talking about. She made hers using the medium Daisy punch and the Daisy stamp. And she made these, and I just copied her directions and made them, and I love them. And I thought this would be a great thing to introduce using the Bird Ballad set. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on that. All right. Hi, Sheila, nice to see you, welcome. All right, so let's get our dimensions. Remember, don't worry about writing down dimensions or anything. All that's going to be on my blog, as well as a recording of this Facebook Live. And I'm having lots of in and out focus issues. I am sorry, not sure why today. All right, we're going to go ahead and use a piece of paper that is 8 by 11. Okay, so the paper comes in 8.5 by 11. So you're just going to kind of cut off a half an inch strip from the side. So we're going to go with 8 by 11. And now I've got to score it. And where is my scoreboard? Oh dear. Hold on. Where did I put my scoring board? Oh my gosh. Where's my scoring board? I'm still here looking for my scoreboard. Just stop laughing, Hannah. I can't find it. I will be here just a minute. Oh my God, where did I put it? Where it is? Oh, I found it. I'm still here. I hope you guys are. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry about that. Just when I thought I had everything in the right spot, and I didn't. All right, I'm back. All right, let's put our paper in here. We have 11 across the top. We are going to score at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, 7, 8 3/4, 10 1/2. Okay, don't worry about those. All those will be on my blog. You can get all those dimensions then. All right, now before we turn it, we're going to go back and we're going to put some little hatch marks. And we're going to go back and we're going to put one at 7/8, just a little dot on the cardstock. Then at 2 5/8. Then at 4 3/8, sorry. And what you're going to notice is the hatch is going right in between the two score lines in the middle. Hi Jody, happy Tuesday to you as well. And 6 1/8, and 7 7/8, and 9 5/8. Okay, so they're just right in the middle between the two score lines, and you'll know why. That's how we're going to make the twisty top on that. Then I'm going to turn it so that those little marks we made are on the outside, okay, not close here. And I'm going to score it at 1 1/2, and 1 1/2, nope, let's see, 1 3/4, and 6 1/4. 1 3/4, 6 1/4. All right, that's all the scoring we have to do. I'm so glad I found that scoring board. That would have been bad if I hadn't. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crease on all my score lines. I have a lot of lines here to crease. But when you have a 6-sided box, these kind of things happen. Okay, so there I've got all the up and down ones. Okay, then I have this one on top, and there's all our tick lines there, our tick marks. And then this is the bottom. All right, now, before we start cutting, we have got to go back with a ruler. Okay, now this is a little bit of a tricky part, but I'm sure you're going to be able to get it. What you're going to do is you're going to put the ruler down with your scoring tool right on the corner, bottom corner of one of the squares. You notice there's these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares across the top. You're going to put it in the bottom right-hand corner, and then you're going to line up the ruler so that you can make a score line that goes from that spot up to the tick mark that you made. Do it again here. Okay, I'm going to go from there up to the tick mark. Everybody following that? Give me a thumbs up if it's making sense. Same thing, up. So you're going to have to do that 6 times, going from the bottom right-hand corner up to the tick mark you created. Okay, bottom, up to the tick mark, and last one, up to the tick mark. Okay, now, cutting. There's not a lot of cutting for this one. On the bottom, we're going to cut this off, just like we would. Okay, for any box construction. Then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut up the vertical score line to the first horizontal. Now I made a boo-boo. This one shouldn't be here, but we can still make this work. Okay, so I'm just going to cut up, cut up. Okay, now we're going to go up to the top and we're going to start folding over all those tick marks that I made. So you're going to have, not the tick marks, the score lines. Okay, so I folded those over and creased them pretty good. Okay, that was the line I made from the bottom right-hand corner to the tick mark. Okay, can everybody see those? How I had to fold those? Yep. Okay, now we're actually ready to put it together. And my favorite to put it together, as always, is my tear and tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn it to the side here and put a piece of tear and tape along our skinny rectangle, along the entire side there. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and take that paper off. Okay, now I'm gonna fold it over. Here's our adhered tear and tape section, and then I just fold this over, and that makes it very easy to get it to line up nice and straight. So there we go. All right, now, before we start on the bottom to close it up, I'm gonna show you that you wanna close up the top first. So you're gonna go ahead and go around and you're gonna pinch in on all those places that we scored, and you're gonna notice that it kind of makes a circle. Okay, we're almost there. This one's coming out, there. Okay, so there we go. There's the top of the box. Okay, I just pushed in on all those lines that we scored and folded, and they come in and make a little twist like that. Now they're not flat down, okay, but they make the twist, and now I can turn the box over and go ahead and close up the bottom. Now these aren't gonna go all the way across, so you're gonna have to do some crafty gluing for this part on the bottom. Okay, so what I wanna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put some glue on the edge of this one, and then I'm gonna look for the tab that is straight across from the other side, and I'm gonna push those together. Okay, gonna do the same thing again. Down and down. And you wanna try to keep the shape the same, so all sides are the same. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the last one. There we go. Gotta hold that a little bit. But see, you can see that it's staying together on the top. There we go. And then I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna open the box back up, and I'm gonna stick my ruler down in there to get it to stay. Okay, that looks better. So now I can close it up again. And there it is. How easy that is. It's a lot less cutting than you do on a typical box because the top's not really cut. It's just folded. So there's our box. All right, now what I did to decorate was I took a piece of designer series paper like this of the Bird Ballad set that was 4 1/4 inches wide. Okay, then I put it in my cutter and I cut every 1 1/2 inches, and I came out with something like this. Okay, so and if you want your pattern to be consistent all the way around, that's the best way to do it. You can just take one after the other and it makes it work very nicely. For example, I cut this one and from there, so I can put these right down. Okay, let me see, Jean. The box itself is about 4 1/2. If you add the twisted part, it's about 5 1/2. So it's 4 1/2 inches tall. It's big, it's pretty big. I think you could put a lot of good stuff in there. All right, so let's go ahead and glue our panels on. The panel is 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. And you might want to put the panels on before you assemble it. Hi, Stacy, how are you doing? Welcome. That's another way you can do it, and I kind of wanted to do it that way, but I got myself all out of sorts when I couldn't find my scoring board, so I'm just glad it came together all right. But you can see that I'm being consistent with the print of the birds because of the way I cut the paper, and you can do that and make sure that it looks the same. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it here next to it. So I'm just going to put a little glue and stick him right down there. Oops, that guy needs a little more glue up here, doesn't he? There we go. That's better. Okay, now I'm going to turn. Let's see, the next one looks like it's going to be this guy. So it's really not a difficult box, and you can really adjust it and make it different sizes if you want, once you get the idea of how it works. There's that panel. I've got 2 more panels here. Let's go with this guy next. Okay, and then last of all, so I put this together in just a couple minutes, and it's really easy. I think the most challenging part is getting the top to fold in properly, but you just got to kind of play with it. And if you look at it, it kind of makes a star, like a 4-pointed star at the top. And then if you just kind of push it together and twist all the points the same way, it closes up. So when you're getting ready to put it together, just make sure all the points are sticking out like that. Okay, so you have the paper folded the correct way. Then you just kind of push them all together and just kind of twist so they're all going in the same direction. Isn't that cute? Real easy to pop open, just really, really adorable. So there's that one. Isn't that nice? All right, well, let's go ahead and make the topper that goes on it. Thank you for the hearts. Now, remember I showed you, these were 2 that I had made too. I don't know if some of you have jumped in. These I made. This one is soft sea foam, and this is mossy meadow. And this one uses the daisies, but same exact thing, same exact demo for directions for these, except I used a different stamp set. So really easy to make. You can pull them together really quick, and they're really great for little gifts. All right, let's go ahead and make our thing that goes on the front. Hey, Chris, you're welcome. Thanks for joining. We'll go ahead and make our little embellishment that goes on the front. I get to use one of my favorite stamp sets in the new catalog, and I'm going to use the stitched circle die, and I'm going to go ahead and take my bird image. Now I can't fit all these birds on there, so I'm going to kind of focus on these 3 here that are in a group, and I'm going to stamp them in the middle. There we go. Isn't that so cute? I love these guys. Okay, now let's do some coloring. I'm going to use my blends. Okay, if you don't have these, you need to try these out. These are fabulous alcohol-based markers, and they're fabulous when you need to do some blending. Okay, now I'm going to do a little different. On this guy, I did a granny apple green belly, and I'm going to go ahead and do the Calypso coral. It'll look a little bit more like a robin. All right, so we're going to start here. This is Pool Party, and I'm going to go first with the darker of the Pool Party, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of follow where the little there's little hash marks on here. Stampin' Up! Does a great job of kind of showing you where you should be shading your birds. So I'm taking the darker one, and I'm kind of going over those hash marks with the darker of the Pool Party. Next, I'm going to take the lighter Pool Party, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just blend a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to blend down the side, most of the head, but I'm going to leave that belly open because I'm going to use my Calypso coral on that. Okay, so this just kind of blends in. You can still see the dark. It gives it a little bit of depth, but you can also see how it's blended very nicely. Here, let me hold this up a little bit. Maybe you can see a little better. So there's with the Pool Party all finished there. And now we're going to move on to the Calypso coral. Okay. Now the Calypso coral, we're going to use both as well. There's a dark and a light for each one of the blends. And this is the Calypso coral. We're going to start with the dark with this one. Okay. And I'm going to go towards the bottom of the bird. And I'm just going to put a little bit of dark down here, down around the bottom of his belly. okay? Because that's kind of where the shadow is, because his belly is doesn't get touched by the sun. All right, then I'm going to take the lighter one and I'm going to move that ink up toward the top of my bird. Okay. And here's him. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with my light pool party, and I'm just going to try to blend that line that I just made with the Calypso Coral so it looks a little softer, the difference between those two colors. So what I'll do is I'll just come back in here, and what it does, it wets the surface, and any of those colors are going to be blended a little bit. So it just makes the line between those two colors a little softer. Okay, so there's my birds. Aren't they so cute? I love them. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take our light soft suede, and I'm going to go ahead and color in my branch. You can use any color you like. I've used the crumb cake, but lots of browns to choose from. I was just going through my collection, and there's a few more I need to get. All right, now for the leaves, I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow. Okay, let me hold this up so you can see, whoa, how it's looking so far. Okay, see how the colors on their belly kind of gets lighter as they go up. Okay, aren't they cute? All right, now we're going to use the Mossy Meadow for the leaves. I'm going to use the darker again first, and I'm just going to kind of go over the veins on the leaves. Okay, nothing real fancy, just a little bit. I don't worry about going over every vein, just getting a little bit of color in there, just to mix it up a little bit. Then I go back over all the leaves with the lighter Mossy Meadow. And that blends in a little bit so that there's a little bit of dark and light on the leaves. Okay, where are the rest here? You can use, there's Old Olive. There's Granny Apple Green. There's so many great greens. Soft Seafoam's another one. But I'm going to use this one today. I like how that turned out. Now, if you look here, we are ready to go ahead and do the flowers. Now, for the flowers, I'm just going to go right with my dark Calypso Coral and just fill those in. I want them to really stand out, because Calypso Coral happens to be one of my favorite colors, and I use this marker an awful lot. There we go. So there, I see one thing I forgot. I need to color in the beaks. And I will do that with the soft suede. So there they are. Aren't they cute? Look at how they came out. Really, really cute. And what's great about it, you can kind of take, use the paper as an example, and because there's all different colored birds, and you can kind of figure it out the way you want to do it. So that's mine. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my, hi Lisa, welcome. We're playing with the Bird Ballad set. Do you have this one yet? This is beautiful. And we're going to go ahead and put it on our scallop circle. And there we go. All right, now what do we have left? Let's see here. Now, if you look here, I did something here with a little bit of the twine. Okay, and I'm going to show you that. Hi, Teresa. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. It's been a while. So I'm going to show you kind of how I did this. It's kind of just random little pieces of twine just kind of wrapped around the outside of the embellishment. So let me show you how I did that. Okay, we're going to start with this. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put a whole bunch of dimensionals on the back. Let me make sure that I'm putting them in the right spot, because the ends are going to stick off. We don't want them over there. So I'm going to put, let's see, 5 dimensionals. And you're probably wondering, why in the world do you need to put 5 dimensionals on this? Well, they're not just going to be used to hold the piece on the box. I'm going to use it to hold the little pieces of twine in place too. So I'm taking off all those little backings. So now we've got a bunch of sticky little dimensionals here. I'm going to take this. This is the linen thread. Okay, I'm going to take a nice size piece of this. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap it around my 4 fingers on my hand like this. Okay. And then I'm just going to take it off my hand and I'm going to pinch it and I'm just going to kind of set it on okay. Now what you can do, you can move them around. Like for example, I can take this one here and move it so it sticks out that side. And then I can take this one here and move it so it sticks out this side. So you can really kind of play with it where you want them to stick out. And they will stick like crazy to the dimensionals. Okay, now I think I need one to stick out this side here. So I'm going to grab this one here. And I'm going to move him to over here. And you stay there where I put you. There we go. So now you have just little loops that are sticking out on the outside of your little embellishment. Have a circle there. Let's move this one over here. This one's over here. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's move that guy down here. I'm changing my mind already. There we go. All right, so if you turn it over, you've got those little loops on the front of your embellishment. But you still have enough sticky here that it's going to stick to the front of your box. So here's my box, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick him to the front of my box. And you can see the loops there. Oops. You can see the loops that are sticking out. Now, I only went around my hand twice, and I got some cat hair on there. But you can go around your hand more if you want to have more sticking out. Okay, so there it's kind of hard to see, but they're sticking out one on at each side of the circle. All right, well, the last thing I did was I put on the little flowers. So what I'm going to do is show you the flowers that I made here. These are a stamp from the Bird Ballad set, the Free as a Bird, and I fussy cut them out, and I used the Calypso Coral to color them. I put a little glue dot on the back of each, and I put one here and 2 down here at the bottom. And that is it. That is my box. Isn't that nice and easy? I love it. And it is, like as Jean asked, it is a nice size box. It's 4.5 inches tall. Let's see how far across it goes. Almost 3 inches across the bottom at the largest part. You could put a good bit of things in there. So I think it's a fabulous box. It's very unique, and people are going to wonder how in the world you made it. And that's what I love about it, doing something that's really interesting and fun for people. So that is the Twist and Close box. And I thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today. And I will look over the comments when I get off, because I can't see them all the time. They keep going off. So I'll make sure if I can answer any questions for you, I will do that. But yes, this is the box, and let me show you what we're going to be doing next week. We're going to stick with the Bird Ballad set for the next few weeks, and we're going to make this fun fold card. We're actually going to make a card next week. We haven't made a card in a long time, but we're going to make this fun fold card using the Bird Ballad set. And this card closes with a little piece of ribbon that's available in the suite, of course. Let me get it open. But this is a wonderful little card to send to somebody. These are, the sentiments in this are really nice for friendship cards. This says on the front, your friendship means the world to me. And then you open the card up. Come on, card. Okay, and then it opens this way, and there, the world needs more of you. And then you can open it all the way and then put your note on the inside. So it's kind of, I don't know, a fun fold card, we call it, okay? Because you got a place for a sentiment here, You've got a sentiment here, and then you can open it all the way and you can write your note or whatever in here. So I just think it's a neat card, and it really shows off all the different papers that are available in the suite, in the DSP stack. So we're going to go ahead and together we will make this fun fold card next time. So if there's any questions you have about anything we talked about today, please message me. And if you have any questions about any of the products and would like help purchasing them, please let me know. And I will be putting this Facebook Live recording on my blog. And my blog has all the dimensions and everything for our box we made today. So try to make those boxes, see how it goes. I think you'll really love it. And once you get started, you might be like me and you might be making them over and over again. You want to make this card in class, Mary? Well, we might be able to work that out for you, Mary, if you talk nice to us and say please. Yes, this is a really fun fold, but we can definitely do that. We can definitely use this as a sample for one of our card classes here. If any of you are local, I live in York. We offer some monthly card classes, and we'd love to have you come and stamp with us. So, all right, well, that's all I have for tonight. Thanks so much for joining me. Make sure you comment and share so I can put you in the drawing to win the beautiful scalloped note cards and envelope set. That will go to my next winner. And thanks again. And everybody have a great week. Keep cool. And we'll see you next Tuesday for our fun fold card. Take care.